Welcome to the League of Nerds comic book segment number 127. I'm John Cooney here to talk to you about comics released the 25th of June 2014, beginning as usual with my first five, meaning these are the first 5 books I intend to read this week, and I'll give you a little more depth on them, starting with at number 1, Invincible number 112. Robot continues his quest to take over the world, traveling down a blood-drenched path littered with fallen friends. After selling out of issue 111, Image rushed a reprinting. In a press release, publisher Eric Stevenson said, quote, "For anyone who has read comics as long as I have, you know there's not a lot of real change in the average superhero comic. Characters are killed off as huge publicity stunts only to return issues later. Supposedly major changes are swept under the carpet from one event to the next. And worse, since there's never any stability in terms of creative teams, directions often change abruptly and leave readers with a myriad of unanswered questions. The vast majority of superhero comics are only concerned with creating the illusion of change, but over the course of its 11-year run, Invincible has given readers change they can believe in again and again. Characters change and grow, they die, and Invincible 111 is one of the best examples yet of how uncompromising Robert Kirkman can be when it comes to shaking things up. This is superhero action you can't get anywhere else." Close quote. Although they were quick to reprint the sold-out 111, Image is committed to only one printing of number 112. At number 2, we have Saga number 20 with the solicit, "Something Terrible Happens." The aforementioned Image publisher Eric Stevenson referred to Saga specifically when he was talking about the direct market comics industry recently. Quote, "Right now, the fastest growing demographic for Image Comics, and I'm willing to speculate for the entire industry, is women. For years, I've listened to people talk about bringing more women into the marketplace. Over the last few years, with your help, we've been doing exactly that. You've seen the audience that's building up around Saga. You've seen how female readers respond to books like Sex Criminals, Lazarus, Velvet, Pretty Deadly, Rocket Girl, and Rat Queens, and one of our best received announcements at Image Expo was Kelly Sue DeConnick's new series, Bitch Planet. We're not the first to put out material that's appealed to women. There's a whole room full of incredible people I wouldn't be able to look in the eye if I made that kind of ludicrous claim. But I think we're among a select group in this industry who realize that there's more to gain from broadening our horizons than by remaining staunchly beholden to the shrinking fan base that is supposedly excited about sequels to decrepit old crossovers like Secret Wars 2. It is comics like Saga that get new readers in your door. I know this because I've met Saga readers. They read Saga, they read Rachel Rising, they read Julia Wirtz and read Fables, they read Nicole Georges and Kate Beaton, and read Hope Larson, Jeffrey Brown, and Love and Rockets. They read all of that and more, but even better still, they're hungry for more. There's a vast and growing readership out there that is excited about discovering comic books, but as long as we continue to present comics to the world in the biff bang pow context of Marvel and DC, with shop windows full of pictures of Spider-Man and Superman, we'll fail to reach it. Close quote. At number 3, we've got Guardians of the Galaxy number 16. Star-Lord is on the run from a mysterious new adversary, alone without the aid of the Guardians. Series editor Mike March shared this regarding Star-Lord, quote, "He's very much going to be at the mercy of his father, and at the same time he's trying to help his teammates that he's been distanced from. So it's a different type of story, and Peter will have to be a hero in a different way than readers are accustomed to seeing." Close quote. He went on to say, quote, "The Guardians' opponents are only going to get bigger. There are opponents like Jason, whose intentions are just and is related to a member of the Guardians, but at the same time they're going to be facing some other threats. That's going to be a big challenge. This is a perfect time for readers to come into a book like Guardians. With the movie coming out this summer and all the fun and excitement that's building around this franchise, it's a great time to come on board the book." Close quote. At number 4, we've got Amazing Spider-Man number 3. Because of her last encounter with Spider-Man, Felicia Hardy lost everything. Now the Black Cat is back, and she doesn't want any apologies or excuses, just revenge. Plus, Spidey teams up with a real hero, fireman Pedro Oliveira, who just happens to be the current boyfriend to one Mary Jane Watson. And more on you-know-who from the opening scene back in Amazing Spider-Man number 1. You know who we're talking about. Yeah, that's right. You better not miss this one. Editor Nick Lowe mentioned the Black Cat's significance when discussing issue 1's backup stories. Quote, "The Electro and Black Cat backup stories are stunning. I know sometimes people think backup material is throwaway, but these were written by Dan Slott with scripting help from Christus Gage. These are really laying down the tracks for both of these arcs. It's a game-changing arc for both of these villains that's going to really change the way people look at them and change the trajectory of Peter's world in such a big way. I cannot wait until people see what we do, especially with the Black Cat. She's already a character that I really love, but what we have planned for her is so cool and terrifying in a lot of ways." Close quote. And at number 5, we've got Serenity leaves on the wind, number 6 of 6. Mal's plan B, a plan he didn't like when he made it, has gone into action, and the Serenity has come out of hiding. With his crew, one victim, and a hostage, Mal is ready to fight the Alliance head-on, but first they're going to rescue Zoe no matter what. Buffy Season 8 and 9 Artist Conquers the Galaxy. Zach Whedon returns to Serenity. Series artist Georges Genti spoke about the conclusion of the series, quote, Serenity Leaves on the Wind is ending in June. Joss loves Buffy, but I think is more protective of Serenity. This will probably be the only thing we get this year, for sure, of Serenity, and hopefully somebody will want it to come back. I firmly believe that if Zach Whedon wasn't the writer of this book, I don't think it would have happened so quickly in this short amount of time. This will probably be the only Serenity we'll get for at least a year or so. It's sad, but it's great we got something. Close quote. Rounding out the top 10 at number 6, we've got Batman number 32. The penultimate issue of 0 Year is here. Batman gets one step closer to the endgame with the Riddler as the final chapter of 0 Year Savage City draws closer to its stunning finale. At number 7, we've got Ms. Marvel number 5. How does a young girl from Jersey City become the next biggest superhero? Camilla has no idea either, but she's coming for you, New York. At number 8, we've got Savage Hulk number 1. An all-new series. Alan Davis writes and draws a blockbuster story pitting the Hulk against the X-Men. Learn the startling secret of Professor Xavier's connection to Bruce Banner, guest starring the Leader and the Abomination. At number 9, we've got Uncanny Avengers number 21, Avenge the Earth finale. This is it, the conclusion to an epic 2 years in the making, and rest assured nothing will ever be the same again. The final battle will not be with the enemy, it will be with ourselves. In our darkest hours, the Avengers Unity Squad unite entirely, and the fate of the 7 futures decided. And at number 10, we've got New Avengers number 20. How far is Doctor Strange willing to go to protect the Earth from the Great Society? Too far. For the best of the rest from DC Comics, we've got Adventures of Superman number 14. The Joker's in town and he wants to meet Superman. Find out what happens next in this one-of-a-kind story from Chronicle writer Max Landis and legendary artist Jock. Plus, don't miss Clark Kent's babysitting adventures as he looks after none other than Sugar and Spike. Next, we have Batman Eternal number 12. Jason Bard makes his big play to end the gang war once and for all, and Jim Gordon's trial becomes a family affair. We've also got Catwoman number 32. The race of outlaws takes a major turn as we find out Catwoman has entered the race as a double agent. But who is she working for, and how will it affect her efforts for her favorite team, herself? Next, we have Justice League number 31, introducing the new Power Ring. But who is she? What does she want? And how will her presence affect the team? We've also got Secret Origins number 3. Green Lantern takes center stage this month in a tale by Robert Venditti and Martin Coccolo. And don't miss The Origin of Batwoman by Mark Andreyko and Trevor McCarthy, and Red Robin's Origin courtesy of Scott Lobdell and Tyler Kirkham. And we've got Superman number 32, The Man of Tomorrow, Chapter 1. A new era for Superman begins as Jeff Johns takes the reins, and he's joined by the legendary super talent of John Romita Jr. in his first ever work for DC Comics as they introduce Ulysses, the Man of Tomorrow, into the Man of Steel's life. This strange visitor shares many of Kal-El's experiences, including having been rocketed from a world with no future. Prepare yourself for a run full of new heroes, new villains, and new mysteries. Plus, Perry White offers Clark a chance to return to the Daily Planet. From Marvel Comics, we've got all-new Ghost Rider number 4, Engines of Vengeance. The streets of East LA flare up with drug-fueled gang violence from Dr. Zabo's power-enhancing narcotic. Will Robbie Reyes submit to the spirit inside him and go too far in protecting the neighborhood? What is Mr. Hyde's diabolical plan to expand his underground empire? Next, we have all-new Ultimates number 4, the next generation of Ultimates. Hot bods and fun in the sun. What, you thought this was a new Marvel swimsuit special? It's just Black Widow, Kitty Pryde, Dagger, and Bombshell getting in trouble, Coney Island style. What villainess does Spider-Man fall in love with? And what tragedy will change the life of Bombshell? We've also got Avengers Undercover number 6, Deathlocket's field trip equals Kill Captain America. A done-in-one focus on Deathlocket, half girl, half cyborg, all assassin. What will Deathlocket do? Blow her cover and seal her doom by refusing to shoot Cap, or save her life by killing a living legend? Next, we have Fantastic Four number 6 with the original Sin Solicit, Everybody Has One. We've also got New Avengers Annual number 1. The incursions aren't the only horrors threatening to end the world. Doctor Strange has faced the impossible time and again as an Avenger and the Sorcerer Supreme, but when he's called upon to fulfill an old debt to an enclave of techno-monks high in the Himalayas, even the good doctor may be beyond his limits. Written by acclaimed young writer Frank J. Barbieri and illustrated by the illustrious Marco Rudy, this oversized annual is one you won't want to miss. Next, we have Original Sin number 3.1 with the familiar solicit, Everybody Has One. And we have Original Sins number 2 of 5 with the same solicit, Everybody Has One. Next, we have Spider-Man Spectacular number 1, 4 Titanic tales set in Spider-Man's past. Young Peter Parker has mastered his newfound spider powers, but how will being the Amazing Spider-Man affect his personal life? Can Peter keep his secret identity from Aunt May and his high school crush Liz Allen? Spider-Man's luck is about to get worse as an experimental serum transforms millionaire Harry Osborn into the villainous Green Goblin. Spider-Man soon finds himself locked into a battle high above the streets with Aunt May caught in the middle. Can Spidey triumph with a little help from his new fan club? When Kraven the Hunter puts Spider-Man in his sights, can the webbed wonder save himself from becoming the catch of the day? And we've got Wolverine number 9. Stranded in Japan, Logan confronts his future, and it ain't a bright one. It's all led up to this. The next chapter of Wolverine's life begins now. 3 months to die. The title says it all. From Dark Horse Comics, we've got the massive number 24. Since the very start, Mary's been a mystery at best, and at worst, an unstable and potentially dangerous presence. With the capital waiting off the coast of Morocco and signs that perhaps the crash was only a prelude to something bigger, the secrecy surrounding Mary starts to reveal itself. From Dynamite Entertainment, we've got Solar Man of the Atom number 3, a bold new step for the Gold Key universe. Solar is reborn, but who bears the mantle and what will become of the original Dr. Solar? Can this new player stop the extraterrestrial threat that looms over Earth and not destroy herself in the process? Cosmic-fueled chaos comes from Frank Barbieri and Joe Bennett. And we've got Turok Dinosaur Hunter number 5, a new arc for our favorite dinosaur hunter. Turok has faced horrible forces from the east, but what's now coming from the west? If you were shocked by the first 4 issues, you won't believe what's coming next. An incredible change of direction from superstar writer Greg Pak. From Image Comics, we've got Outcast by Kirkman and Azaceta number 1, new horror series from The Walking Dead creator Robert Kirkman. Kyle Barnes has been plagued by demonic possession all his life, and now he needs answers. Unfortunately, what he uncovers along the way could bring about the end of life on Earth as we know it. And we've got Peter Panzerfaust number 19, The Hunt Part 4. A hunt turns deadly when Lily's prey discovers her plan and unleashes hell. Trapped, alone, and massively outnumbered, she has only one trick up her sleeve, a magic bullet. From Valiant Entertainment, we've got X-O Manowar number 26. Armor Hunters unleashes an all-new starting point for the world's most wanted hero, X-O Manowar. Right here with a brand new story arc by Robert Venditti and Diego Bernard. Abducted from his own time by a vicious alien race, the courageous Visigoth warrior known as Eric of Dacia spent years in slavery among the stars before escaping with his captor's most feared weapon, the X-O Manowar armor. Now stranded in the modern day, the world's most primitive man also just happens to wield its most powerful weapon. But what is the X-O Manowar armor, and who before Eric of Dacia dared to wield its incalculable power? The armor hunters hold the key to the armor's untold history, and, one way or another, they'll crush anything that dares threaten their secret. Out in trades this week from Boom Studios, we've got Deathmatch Volume 3 trade paperback. The final battle is here as the 2 heroes left standing wage war for the fate of the universe. Secrets are revealed, questions are answered, and a champion is crowned in the conclusion of the vaunted superhero maxi series from famed creators Paul Jenkins and Carlos Magno. Next, from Dark Horse, we've got the massive Volume 3 Longship trade paperback. In Longship, Callum Israel and Ninth Wave go head-to-head with a disgraced comrade threatening nuclear war, a rogue faction of the U.S. Navy working as pirates in New York Harbor, and a colony of Norwegian whalers who hunt in the Viking tradition. Collects issues number 13 through 18 of the massive. And last, we've got Frank Miller's Big Damn Sin City hardcover. The biggest, baddest Sin City ever is here, just in time for fall's Sin City, A Dame to Kill For. This imposing volume, suitable for home defense, contains all 7 of Frank Miller's landmark Sin City yarns. In these tales of Marv, Dwight, Gail, Miho, Hartigan, Nancy, and the Yellow Bastard, no corner of Basin City is left unturned, and no bloody deed is left undone. Written with unmatched intensity and drawn in the starkest black and white imaginable, with blood-red bits of color among others, the Sin City books make up the greatest crime saga in comics history, and Big Damn Sin City is the best way to rediscover the whole damn shooting match. Okay, so that's just a few of my favorite books out this week. There's still plenty of others available. and I broke out all the Marvel titles this week in their own video, as well as a separate video for all of DC, and even a video with the top independent publishers, and you can find them all on my YouTube channel at he'sgotissues.com. And we'll also have links up on the leagueofnerds.com, our Facebook page, so be sure to like us there too. And of course, you can follow everything I'm reading on Facebook, Pinterest, Tumblr, or Twitter. You can find links to everything in the About section of he'sgotissues.com. And a reminder that both He's Got Issues and the League of Nerds are proud members of the Comics Podcast Network. So until next week, I'm John Cooney, and I've got issues.